a lot of USCIS based attorneys like myself don't really need to use Westlaw or Lexis and those kind of stuff. But for your kind of work, do you have to have access to those kind of databases to use them?
I have Westlaw and I couldn't live without it. When I started off on my own solo practice, which was like 6.5 years ago, I knew some of our colleagues were relying on Google Scholar because it was free. I didn't think that the algorithm for doing citing references on Google Scholar was very good. Maybe it's better 6.5 years later. And I know that there's lots of other options now too, Fast Case, right, which I think comes with an AILA link membership through AILA. I've never used it. I think I was spoiled in the court. We had both Westlaw and Lexis, which are, sort of top of the line legal research, doesn't get any better. And I just got very accustomed to knowing that even if the case had only been published 2 days earlier, that it was going to be on Westlaw and I was going to find it. And also that I was going to find unpublished cases, because when you're doing research, there's like a, 80% chance that no court has decided yet if your statute is a crime involving moral turpitude in a published decision, but there might be unpublished decisions or unpublished decisions on similar statutes that can kind of show you where the court is trending on this issue. Yeah. So yeah, personally, I find Westlaw to be invaluable, must-have resource for my work.
Side note, like when I was in law school, I think we got Westlaw first before they give us Lexis or something. I just got into Westlaw more than Lexis. Is it the same for you? How did you get towards Westlaw instead of Lexis?
I don't remember in law school because I think we had access to both. For whatever, and when we were in court, we had access to both. But for whatever reason, I just chose to use Westlaw through my 2 years at the court. And so I'm more accustomed to it. So when I went out on my own into private practice, actually Lexis is a little bit cheaper, but I was just so used to Westlaw, and I decided that whatever, the $10 a month difference or whatever it wasn't anything super big, was worth it because I was already accustomed to all the search functions and I knew where to go to do this and that on Westlaw. So I kept it.
Does Westlaw have those features where you search title and stuff like that? Or you might not have the full package to do that anyways, but.
Yeah, you mean like the people search kind of things, like background checks, not the legal stuff. I don't know. I know that is a good thing on Lexis. And now there are maybe times where we're worried about our clients and, where they got some of their identification information from, that we would like to run people searches, on some of them. I've never done that. I know some lawyers do that with Lexis. I don't know if Westlaw has that kind of mechanism or not. I've never looked into it. It's a good question.
Sorry, got out of tangent. So
no, it's a good question.
I have, because I taught Loyola and at Pepperdine, they gave me full access to everything they have, but I don't really use it unless I'm just doing some scholarly research. Except one case we needed to do to prove the person was a citizen. So we needed the father who's passed away, his documentation that he lived in the U.S. for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, let's give it a shot. So I went to Lexis and I found property ownership in Atlanta, Georgia, all this kind of stuff. And they hired a private investigator, and I found more stuff on Lexis than the private investigator did. They just took the money and didn't do anything. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They could do that kind of stuff. And they got the passport, so it was wonderful. Good
job, counsel.
Thank you.